Yeah, the Bible says stroke your wife.
I'm not opposed to that.
It does say that. And then it tell you, you know, hey, 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 hey,
Not
hey,
again.
hey.
Can you
It's
hear it?
just not the real deal this time.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I
Is
was
this the
told
real?
that by
This the
I was
real deal?
told by
Yeah,
some people that
Okay.
was watching our last episode, and it was like your laugh is so contagious. I
that's dope.
was like, oh,
No, you
thank
haven't.
you.
You haven't heard her laugh until she can't uncontrollably laugh yet, though.
Listen,
It'll change. It'll change your perspective.
I'm trying to be better with that.
I think that's
Hey,
good.
what's up? As y'all can see, man, we kind of just been laughing and joking before the show starts, but we're back for another week. As always, today's short story is sponsored by Autumn Fresh Cleaning, where cleaning has a feel to it. So, me and D on the phone this week, right? D,
Yeah,
how detailed can I get, bro? Do you mind if I get detailed?
get detail, man. Go ahead, let them in.
Okay, so we talk every day,
Uh huh.
Okay.
but we hadn't really talked this week, just life busy. But this particular day, I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday, we talked. We were on the phone literally for about 47, 48 minutes. I was on hold once. I was on hold for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So that
Oh,
leaves
that ain't
that
bad.
leaves about yeah, but that leaves about 45, 46 minutes and a half of just talking, right?
Uh huh.
We disagreed the entire 46 minutes.
Yeah.
The
Whole time.
entire conversation
About
was
what?
us
The
was
whole
us
50 minutes
arguing.
we was on the phone, and we
We
was
were
only on the
arguing
phone
the
for 47.
entire
Like, was this
the
like
in,
multiple arguments in rolled into one, or
one argument. So
One
so
argument.
um as you can see, I'm still out of town.
Uh huh.
And we letting you guys in our front room. Um, D doesn't like virtual. He's not a big fan of virtual.
No.
Hey, we have a business contract, and he prefers that I'm there.
Yeah.
And we just had different. We just try. I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm trying to do this virtually. He like, nigga, no. I told you no, and I'm like, but nigga, please. And he like, this the last time. So 46 minutes of
You
just.
talking about this.
And when Dennis gets mad, the octave in his voice, he go from, however, I
Mhm.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. So the moral of the story is, you need a business partner that loves what you do just as much as you love it, if not more.
No, that's
We
true.
we were able to literally
Facts.
talk about it, and during the conversation, we both kept saying like, "Nigga, I'm still gonna call you tomorrow." He's like, "I'm gonna answer."
Yeah. It's
Like,
very
what you
aggressive.
thought? Like,
It's
what you
very
thought?
aggressive.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
like,
pick up.
and I,
What you mean you
yeah,
gonna call
and
me?
I'm
Like
gonna
I'm not
answer.
gonna answer?
So,
So,
did
more
y'all
of the story,
come
man.
to did y'all come to a solution? Because
We came to
usually
a
the point.
resolve.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't,
We
I don't know if it's a solution, but
we
we
have
came
an
to a resolve.
understanding. We
you
have an
have a
understanding.
better
Yeah,
understanding.
And
and,
one thing.
and
Go
I still
ahead.
love him, and I don't feel no kind of way. I don't feel no kind of
Yeah.
way.
So, and that's what I was about to say. We both got off the phone. I think we both was frustrated with each other,
Okay.
but we
Yeah,
also understood. Like his favorite thing is fisticuffs. I'm like, we're not going into fisticuffs. We're gonna have a disagreement.
Right, we're gonna
Um,
talk through it, and the point
yeah,
of talking through it is to come to a
to
resolve.
come
hey,
to,
I
and but we
I
still
went on
haven't came to a
Instagram.
resolve.
I went on Instagram to unfollow you and realized we got the same page logged in. I said, damn, that probably ain't gonna work.
Shit, this probably means nothing. I was wondering why I
Yeah, it's
had to
real
follow
big.
you back. I was to say, I didn't follow this nigga page 7 times today. Wait a minute.
That
Something ain't adding
I
up.
treat
I
I
think
treat
you
it like a
exceeded the
breakup. Like,
petty.
oh, okay.
I think you exceeded the petty with
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, he was real petty. He was real petty.
No, no, no. With that, though, real talk, I don't think you accepted my friend request in the beginning anyway. Because remember, I had a new page. Remember,
Yeah,
that's why you had to do that.
I don't know, man.
It had,
You said,
it
yeah, that's a little
No,
sketchy.
that might be true because I
no,
have a real big thing. My dad and my one of my aunts on my mom's side, they make a new page just about every 3 to 4 months.
Why?
I don't know. My
Are they
dad
getting hacked?
my dad keeps saying he
the,
forgetting his phone. I said the phone
It's
has nothing
not
to do
right.
with the page. If you
You
remember
can
the
log
password
in
and that,
anywhere.
it's nothing you have to remember. Nothing else. The
Just write it
phone, you
they're
can throw
wanted
the
by
down.
the
phone in the river.
feds.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
wanted
and
by the feds.
That's
so
what that sounds like.
they have worn me out to people making new pages. to where if somebody makes a new page and I follow the last one, you gonna have to go get that last one.
If you not putting nothing on the last one, I'm just gonna miss it.
I'm sorry.
No, remember on Pride for Knowledge, I remember I told you I had lost access to my page. So that's what that was about.
Even before the show, you told me about that, and I still had my.
He's like, I still
have
the
my
other page.
Yeah,
I'm not following the new page.
My dad and my auntie, they really burnt me out with accepting, because now I have 100 friends. And 75 of them is my mama, my daddy, and my auntie. And it's like, my page is lame.
Y'all taking up my space.
No, I wasn't that petty, man. It was a good moment. It was a healthy conversation, really, real talk.
That's good.
No, it definitely was.
Which brings us back. We're back for another week. So welcome back to all our subscribers, our listeners. We appreciate y'all. Welcome back. So before I get into this week's episode, I gotta say it. What's a gotta say it? When there's something to be said, and damn it, I gotta say it. If you are 25 and older and you still manually dip your cookies in your milk, you need to grow up.
Can I
and
intervene?
that is all.
Can I interject?
I feel attacked. Wait a minute.
Wait,
how do you
can I interject? No, can I interject?
I put them in a bowl and get a spoon.
A
bowl?
Go ahead.
Can I interject?
Don't judge me. Well, I hear you say what?
I think you're childish if you still dipping your cookies.
What? Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
childish.
never did. Well, no, it's a joke though.
No,
but no, I've never.
It's a delectable.
No, I've never. I've never.
I don't even know what that words mean. You talking about those?
Never.
I don't know what that word means.
If I'm eating my Oreos, I'm eating my Oreos. I'm taking them apart. I'll eat the icing.
Now that's
I'll
very
eat the cookies.
No, now
I
you
don't
can't
dip.
just sit here and
I don't
say,
dip.
like,
I
I
eat
eat my
anything.
Oreos like an adult. I eat the whole thing. You make them fight each other and then eat. Like, what I do is I separate them.
But guess what?
I make the alligator eat it, and they gotta fight.
But they're not soggy. Though.
Now, if you eat dry cookies, you are a bad man. Cookies
you are
require
psychotic.
Milk. They do not.
you
are psychotic.
What type of dry cookies y'all eating?
That's like doodling on the bed.
I don't eat dry
I'm
cookies.
going back to that point. Yes. That's like doodling on the bed.
No.
And I don't trust you.
What? Especially you get a double.
It's like doodling on the bed.
You get a double.
If you eat cookies dry, okay.
If
watch
you
out,
get double
fellas.
stuffed Oreos,
fellas.
there's enough stuffing
fellas,
in the Oreo.
hear me.
You don't need no
Give her a box of Oreos or
if she can eat cookies
Oreos.
dry, she can cheat.
If she eat them dry, leave her alone, bro. She for the streets.
That's horrible.
I am not
She
for the
for the
streets,
streets.
and I definitely.
So my thought. No, you a bad man. My thought is if you're dipping your cookies in the milk, right?
You a bad woman.
And the milk is running out. You gotta be like, that is childish.
Nah, you is dipping too.
Grow up.
Nah, that is just you dipping too deep. You got a lot of
Man,
dip on your chip.
You got a lot of dip on your chip.
For real. Too much dip on your chip.
Too much.
Man, you get 4 cookies.
If you dip in
put them in a
deep,
bowl. Get a
no,
spoon.
seriously.
I'm really big on.
But see,
milk and graham crackers.
I'm not a milk
What?
person, and I think that's the problem.
Milk and honey graham crackers, yes.
You dip your
Say you a bad
graham
man.
cracker?
Yes.
You are an assassin.
Yeah, milk. Like
I'm telling you, it's good.
I don't know. Milk just has this. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. So like even when I eat cereal, I'll scoop it and then drain the milk.
I'll say this. If you are a grown adult
and I do not drink the milk
and
after
you can drink red cat milk, I am scared of you.
Yeah, I don't
drink red cat milk. That is dangerous. I don't.
If
you sit it next to me, I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Red cat milk.
I do organic milk.
Well, medically,
red cat milk is different.
It's said that humans are not supposed to consume whole milk.
That's true.
But we all grew up on whole milk.
Yeah, I don't.
Have a listen, nothing really. When I tell you nothing really bothers my stomach, seriously, like how people are like, oh, I can't eat White Castle. Like, I can't eat no ice cream. Like, I can have it all.
Really?
And the Lord has coated my body.
Well, Shay, I say this with enthusiasm.
That's why I eat cookies raw.
Say, I say this with enthusiasm. You're a better man than me.
Yeah, seriously. Just off the cookie alone.
No, seriously.
So with but that leads me to my first point. Then, you eating cookies dry is a bad influence, which is why
Yes.
Bad
we're here
influence.
today.
Uh-huh.
We're today's episode. We're talking about influential, the
Okay.
power of influence.
Can
Um,
you say that one more time?
Cause
The title.
he said it though.
influential, the power of
Okay.
influence.
I gave
Come
him that
on,
word because I
man.
thought he was gonna slip up on
Come
it.
on,
So
man. See, I told you that money
he been practicing.
that
He been in
money
the
paid
mirror
off.
saying it over and over again.
Y'all,
Influential.
y'all think I'm out here?
Influential.
The power of
Influential.
influence. The power of influence. The power.
So before we get, first of all, y'all ignorant in that order. Y'all ignorant. See, they gonna laugh.
Influential.
She ain't gonna stop me.
Influential. Influential. How are you influential?
Hey, I did it with glasses on and glasses off. I'm like influential, influential,
Eyes closed. Eyes closed.
influential.
Visualize the word. Visualize the word.
Be the word. Be the word.
You are the word.
Visualize an attack. Visualize an attack. That's funny.
Y'all ignorant, man. So before we get into the first segment, um, y'all ignorant, bro. When you hear the word influence, what comes to mind? We're gonna let Shay say. I told you.
Yeah, I was about
When she
to say
laughed.
you brought this out.
I
You brought
told you.
this out.
When she when she laughed.
You brought
She
this
can't even
out.
breathe. You can hear
Just snorted.
the help her. She is dying. Help her.
What do I do?
give her arm to arm. Don't give her mouth to mouth.
You know I'm not good
Give
at
her arm
this.
to arm.
You know I'm not good at this. You should know this from last season when you was looking for me for help.
What you want me to do? Then it's the type of nigga to say, I'm gonna go start the car. And then do what?
Hey, you know where I'm
I don't
at.
know.
You know where I'm at.
Nigga at home. How was the show, babe? Shay died. I left.
I left.
I'm back.
I don't know. It dropped Wednesday.
Last I left, they was on Gotta Say It. I don't know. Y'all are a bad influence on me, man.
All right, I'm back.
So before we lose Shay again.
Okay.
Um,
Just don't say that word again. I think we should go back. We can't get in there.
So
The I word.
yeah, that
The
word.
power of
Right,
the I
right there,
word.
right there at the top, or on the left hand corner, or the right, wherever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Who or what is or has and was influencing you, like personally? Who's influencing you guys? That'd like kind of be like our first segment.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll let Shay gather herself. Honestly, I had a plethora of people I can pull from.
Come on.
I did plethora of people I can pull from. You see them
Come
peas
on,
I
them
just dropped
peas.
on y'all? Dropping
He
peas
pushing
all
peas.
But my
over
nigga
the
been
place.
reading.
Pushing peas all over the place.
They don't mean nothing if you ain't pushing them that hard.
Yeah, no, you gotta push it out. But no, I had quite a few people that I can pull from. My uncles was an influence. My brothers were great influence on me. Who else? I had a lot of people that I would just find little things that I liked. And it's like, I can use that, and then I make it into how I want it to look or how I want it to be. So yeah, my dad was an influence on me. My dad is like super funny, really charismatic, really charming. So it was a lot of those attributes that he had. He was really good with kids. All the kids.
My boy slanging words today.
No, they what? No.
He
was. So
he been reading the source.
Yeah, my boy out here. He gonna get home. He get home and show his son this episode. See, son, when you read, you can go on national YouTube.
You can achieve. Do what you achieve, you can receive.
You know, red fish, blue fish,
One fish,
knick-knack,
two.
paddywhack.
This is supposed to be a nice deep. This is not gonna be that. This is
Yeah, this supposed to be.
No,
yeah.
but you just
You know, we
said
don't
your
take
dad
nothing
was a
serious.
jokester.
No, my dad, he was.
There's your influence right there.
No, for real. He literally stand in front of in the middle of a room and just bring all the attention to him.
So who influences you now? Like what or who influences you now?
Who influences me now? Uh, I don't know. I feel like I still look at different people.
Okay.
A lot
Gotcha.
of a lot of people now. Social media on social media. I would say I look at my three go-to people. Rick Ross. Yeah. For like the business
I was gonna
savvy.
say he's for
Yeah.
sure business.
Yeah,
Rick
he is
Ross,
smart.
Kevin Hart, and LeBron
Big
James.
facts.
I think what all three
Not
of them
bad.
have in common is like they're business savvy.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, just his family dynamic. I feel like that's really dope. His fashion sense is really dope. So yeah, it's people like that that I more so pull from that. Another person that I really enjoy watching and just kind of two more people I should say. E.T., the hip hop preacher, and
I'm not
then
familiar.
Okay.
a
Yeah.
guy that's in his camp, Toby Nwigwe. He's a rapper.
Yeah. I listen to Toby. Definitely listen to Toby.
Yeah, like his whole family dynamic is like super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
familiar
I
with the
definitely
last
love.
two. I mean, I might have
You're not
seen
familiar with
them.
Toby?
I might have
She
seen
probably not.
him, but not by. Listen, so y'all gotta understand names. If it's not very common to me to hear it,
You got the black mother syndrome.
no, but like I can remember. Now I have literally like the memory of an elephant
Mm.
because I can remember
Mm-hmm.
some things. But when
That's a
people talk
fact.
about like with celebrities and stuff like that, when they be like, "Oh yeah, that's such and such a certain ones," I be like, "Oh,
No, you did.
Oh,
You just
okay."
you've seen and heard Toby though. You definitely have
But
seen and
that's what I'm
heard
saying.
Toby.
I'm if I
yeah,
seen a picture, then I'd be like, "Oh, that's who that is."
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
if
I banged this music before too. So
if they don't have an impact on me or like that, then
No,
I'm
I
not
get it.
really gonna know who you're talking about.
I get it. But what about you? Who
Um,
or
yeah,
what?
who influences you?
well, well, just like you said, like with my family, like literally, my parents' relationship actually gives me some type of like a positive influence, even though they're not together and haven't been together for years.
Hmm.
But the way that they still co-parent, and they're friends, like legitimately friends,
That's dope.
So it's like that. My
When
big
I've seen that.
sister, my brother is the jokester,
Mm.
so he'll just come out the blue. Like because we're in America and the rest of us are in Canada. So my mom and my brother are in Canada, and then my sister, my dad, and I
I've
are here
got oh, I've got
in
in
different
different
area
areas.
codes.
Go.
But so we used to use we used to use
What
House Party
Mm-hmm.
to communicate, and then we would have like game nights on
Was
Fridays.
this before
This was
COVID?
no,
Was this
this was
BC or
because no,
okay?
this was in the beginning.
Okay.
So because my mom used to be able to come over here, my brother hasn't been over here in years, but he also moved further up north.
Okay.
So we would always have to video him. So that
Mm.
would be common. But now since COVID, it's like we can only video my mom, him. So it's just like even us couldn't go nowhere. So
Yeah.
that's how it started. And now we duo every day. We talk every single day.
Mm.
And I'm telling you, it's not a dry moment.
Oh, that's dope.
Because my dad, he'll chime in, I'll chime in. Like we're very like funny without being funny,
Yeah.
naturally funny.
Yeah.
I think our whole
Yeah.
family
That's
is
what's up.
naturally that. As far
Yeah,
as
Shay is
like,
corny funny though. She is like the best dad I
it's a,
ever saw, and with a saw, like she is that kind of funny.
but I do like
Like,
corny jokes. I do. But as
yeah.
far as like a influence, maybe like YouTube has a very big influence on me because I like to watch a lot of the DIY channels.
Mm.
I'm very
I
hands
don't know what
on.
that is.
The do
Do
it
it your
yourself. That's what it stands for. DIYs, do it
You said that with a
yourself.
lot of aggression, like how you don't know what that is.
No, I was just letting you know that
I
it
think
was
that's
an
still a good
acronym
question though.
for do it
Yeah, D, you
yourself.
have no dog in this fight, brother. Because if I get to name the movies, so sit this one out. Just
I'm just
let us have this
Yeah.
moment.
but I
Let us
do
have this
because
moment.
I know what that means. So
But
All
yes,
right.
so because of my creative mind, I watch stuff and I get ideas and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
HGD TV.
Oh yes, definitely.
That's probably one of my favorite.
I used to watch
What is that like? Super HD or something? What that mean?
the
Jesus Christ.
What?
Super
I don't know. I'm
HD.
like,
yes, come on,
like
Super
H,
HD.
HD to like the fourth power or
No,
something.
Super
Or
it's a network
HD.
where they do like home improvements and they
oh,
rehab like old houses or just renovate stuff and so that's the type of stuff that's my influence right there.
That's dope.
But yeah,
oh,
that's
okay, yeah.
I can't just pinpoint like names and stuff like that. It's just if I see it and it catches my eye and it's positive,
Yeah.
then I use it. I
What about
utilize
you,
it.
B?
So, um,
Or were you just asking
I
the
mean,
questions? You not
no, I have an answer to that.
okay.
Oh,
I'm influenced by a lot of podcasts influence me,
Okay.
believe it or not. Um, I guess like stuff like 85 South. 85
Hmm.
South is like my all time favorite podcast. To
hmm
me, they're just like I look at those guys like the definition of a guy that like from the hood, from the neighborhoods, has a gift that's uncanny or unusual, and they maximize it to their best potential, and they do it their way. So that
yeah.
like influences me to like this is how we got here, how we got the podcast, to how I could be funny and charismatic in my everyday life. Nick Cannon is a big influence on me.
Okay.
Not the
Not
not
the
the baby
kid part
part.
though, right?
You're not.
I was about to
Side
say,
note,
I mean, you
I kind
started.
of
You
see.
already started. You had a pattern
I see
going.
no,
where's
yeah, but side
you
note,
on the right track.
You
the nigga dropped a song called "Good D." Like that's going to like excuse. Have y'all heard the song?
no.
No,
When did he drop it? Like
I
this
didn't
week
know
or
Yeah,
that.
something?
yeah. This week. First of all, it's horrible.
Okay.
Second
I
of all,
haven't
it's
heard a
like nigga,
Nick Cannon song since Gigolo,
you
Really?
ain't missing nothing.
No.
That song was
Okay.
hot though.
and probably whatever was on Love Don't Cost a Thing
Well, no. He actually did like a little.
with
Uh,
Mary J. Blige.
no, with Kiara Sheard and who else was he did like he was playing
A gospel
the
album.
it wasn't an album. They just did like a video. It was during the
This nigga
pandemic.
playing charades.
Yeah, I'm trying
Gospel
to
album.
like
But it was a song.
Lingerie music.
It's a song though, and he's actually
flapjacks. Wait, what?
he's actually singing and brought in people, and it was actually it's really nice. I'll send it to you once I find it. But
No, but his personal like Nick Cannon is a businessman. He's very
Definitely.
very
he's for
smart, very
sure a
intelligent.
businessman.
Yeah.
He puts his hands in every pot, and he's not afraid to. He has that boldness that I lack. I lack boldness. I'm not a type of guy that'll go out and embarrass myself um, to grind and get what I want. Everything in my mind has to be perfect and strategic. And Nick Cannon is like, I'm gonna do whatever. And if I'm good, I'm good. If I'm not, I'm not.
But I also believe
Um,
that he's very strategic as well in what he
Mm-hmm.
does, to where it's like on the outside it may look like he's just jumping
Doing
out there,
something,
but I'm pretty sure there was a process that he was
no,
like,
quite
okay,
naturally.
if I do A, B,
and it's
C,
been years.
I'm gonna
Like
get 1, 2, 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
it started
I guess my
last
point
year.
is he just he reminds me of that guy, that corny guy that's in class, that's in school. He really quiet, really a lame. But he try out for drum, basketball, football, and then we all laugh at him. But before you know it, he the president of the. You know what I'm saying? Like he run every.
Mm-hmm.
Like I admire that. And Kevin
Okay.
Hart is one of my big. I love Kevin Hart and Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Tyler Perry's.
influenced by those people because I'm a writer, I'm a creator. So yeah, those type of people as far as like celebrities. What about your inner circle? Are there any people like outside like the mom and the pops that you kind of like influenced by? I was influenced by the neighborhood as a early on. Like the neighborhood influenced me. You're a product of your surroundings. You know what I mean?
You don't
Um,
have to be, but
I don't shy from
yeah,
that though. Like I guess so when I say it, I guess I'm thankful for where I come from. Like just that surface level. I don't got to get into the depth about things I
mm-hmm.
done did and the bad stuff, but like I'm thankful for where I come from. Like the hood influenced me, and I wouldn't know how to fight it wasn't for them. I wouldn't know how to discern certain things if it wasn't for the. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think
so I was influenced by the hood.
The hood influenced me of what I didn't want.
Yeah, I was about to say it's more so in the
Because
negative.
I didn't. Yeah, it showed me like that's not how I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
The things that
I ain't gonna let y'all do this.
No,
Cause
seriously,
there,
that's
What?
cause there
but
is some
that's.
good stuff that came out the hood.
I'm not
Like
saying that.
Okay, let's
I'm,
name
But
some.
what
I'm
I'm
not,
saying
I'm not
is
advocating for like,
Let's
hey, be
name.
like the hood and
right.
Let's name a few.
But I'm saying like
how you get your grit, D. Like
I
how
get.
you get that toughness, that grit about you.
I got 5 brothers.
All right, that's cool. But in the neighborhood too, though, right? The neighborhood had to teach you that because they were in the neighborhood too at some point.
Yeah, they were, but the majority of my toughness comes from
fighting them.
having 5 brothers. One
I could
that's
believe
right
that.
over me that we fought a lot. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's more so where that came from. Understand more so. I learned a lot from watching my brothers. Um, it wasn't nothing that I learned from the streets. If anything, it was like, okay, I know what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then those things that what not to do, my brothers were doing the opposite of that as well. To where it's like, okay, so now I have a blueprint in the sense of, hey, what not to do, what I can do, what makes a man, and also kind of growing up and seeing like, okay, even in my brother's walk in life, there were holes in their walk as well, to where it's like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
I know not to do
Yeah,
that.
but growth taught you that. So
Not the
that
streets
drives
though.
me to, but that drives me to the next. If we can fast forward to the next segment, which is filtering through influence. So you
Yeah,
had to filter through your influence and find out what you wanted and what you did. So when I say the hood influenced me, it's really surface level. That because I was around a lot of things, they influenced me to do them, whether good or bad. I was influenced by the neighborhood. I think we all were. You know what I'm saying? But growth
Well,
taught me in you, hey, I don't want to do that. That ain't cool. I dislike that. So go ahead, Shay.
coming from my end, growing up in Canada until I went to high school,
lame.
my hood like they have hoods in Canada, but
Sure.
like they
Nothing like the
do.
D.
No, they do, but
Were they like
over there
rob
you
people for tea and
deal.
crumpets?
No, you not. I'm not. We ain't in
I'm joking.
Toronto and
I'm joking. I'm
Montreal. Like
joking.
in Windsor. Windsor is like Detroit,
Hmm.
pretty much.
Okay.
But it's just like growing up. It was like, but our environment was a little bit more together,
Yeah.
if so to speak. So it's like I didn't like. We could be outside without having to be watched,
Yeah.
or we can say we're going around the corner to the park, and my mom didn't have to worry
Yeah.
versus you sending your kids to a park now or being over here is just it's totally different. Like it
Yeah.
really is. And then me being raised in Canada, then coming over here for high school, it literally was a total difference. And I believe I was more of the influencer versus being influenced.
Okay.
People would look at me and they could just, and people would literally say this like, "You're, were you raised here?"
Oh wow.
Like, like even just in conversation, people were like, "You talk different.
Mm.
Like you talk, like you don't sound like us," or,
So so do you guys think that and I just want to shine a light on it because I'm one of them people that's like I'm proud to be from the inner city. I embrace where
Mhm.
I'm from and there are some good to it. So do you guys think that some of the influences were good or needed? I don't even say good, they were needed. Like
Absolutely. Because I don't
I
want
don't
to
learn
be
how to
a
fight without the
shelter.
hood.
Well,
I don't
see,
learn how to be tough and speak up for myself.
the hood
Like,
didn't teach me how to fight. Honestly, fighting my brother. I had an older sister and brother, but my brother would fight me and my sister. So then we would in turn fight him. I was a tomboy growing up. So
mhm.
he would, it's my brother's fault. Like he'll be like, let a girl do something. All right, I'm going to get my little sister.
Right.
Because he's already boxed with
He done
me. So
groomed
he
you
know
In
already.
training.
like he know like,
Yeah.
well, I'm not gonna fight no girl for real. Like I fight with my sisters, but I'm not gonna fight no real woman. I'm not gonna put my hands on her. I'm gonna get my sister. And he would call his
Yeah.
little sister, because my older sister, she could hold her own, but she was more of the mellow, calm. All right, let's talk about let's think about this.
Yeah, I ain't coming to get
and
you.
Me,
What did I
like,
do to upset you?
Me, I'm like,
Let's
we can talk
compromise.
later.
Yeah.
But right now, you about to catch these hands,
Point
and
them
I've
out.
been like that since I was little, like literally little.
So for me, it was we grew up in quote unquote bad areas, but we had the street we stayed on was really good.
Okay.
So even growing up, my mom owned her house and stuff like that. My mom and my dad, they owned the house that we were staying in. The people that we stayed, our neighbors, it was family. So you would have the Tallies and you would have the Browns and you would have you know what I mean? The families, and the block will always more so take care of each other. So it wasn't too much of you can do dirt or you can do the mischievous things that you can get into from the streets, quote unquote. Boys being boys, roughhousing and stuff like that. I don't equate that to the streets. Right. You know what I mean? That's just boys being boys. You know what I mean? We gonna play pick 'em up, mess 'em up. We gonna wrestle. We gonna fight. We gonna tussle and stuff like that. But all the blocks we always stayed on, they were good blocks. Yeah. They were good streets. They were all family.
They had the neighborhood watch.
Yeah, they had, and not even the neighborhood watch, which that would have been dope as well. But it was still like hey, nigga, I know your daddy, I know your mama, you Carla's son. You know what I mean? So
if I see you doing something, I'm gonna say something to you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna run to your mama.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something to you.
And then
but
I'm
if
gonna
I
say
catch you
something
again,
to them too.
Then if I catch you again, then we gonna have a problem.
Then we gonna talk to them. So it was always more so like we would have to go to other streets
to mess around
to go do some stupid stuff. But on our street, it was like you gotta nigga pull your pants up and you can't say nothing. You know what I mean? Even though I was never into sagging or nothing, but you had those guys.
I went through that
people
phase.
On the street.
It's stupid.
You said it was a stupid phase.
It's a stupid phase. I'm too short to sag anyway. First of all, it's like now that I look at pictures, I'll be like, "What was I doing?" Like I'm 4'9".
But look, that goes back to influence because you were influenced by the rappers, that whole tall tee. You 4'11".
I wore a couple tall
you
tees,
4'11" and you wearing a t-shirt all the way to your knees, like.
First of all, I'm 5'5". Captain.
I'm just saying. I mean, with a tall tee on, you gonna look 4'8".
4'11". Yeah, that's a fact.
Soulja Boy,
no, but
franchise boys came out with tall tees. Man, what?
And
everybody
Nelly,
did. The whole country.
crazy.
Then you had Nelly.
And then you had Foot Locker. They had the tee where you get like 3 of them.
Yeah, you get the tees.
You get a black, white, and gray.
20?
Yeah. You good. You good.
They like 4 for 32 now.
That was all by influence.
They should be free.
No,
you selling a tall tee now.
Now they are though. They still exist. Just not as
they have former meals when a nigga pick it up and stretch it out and
stretch it out.
They make it a tall tee. It ain't even.
I saw a dude with some Rockaware shorts on.
He got them from Former Mills for
this
sure.
This nigga is a blast from the past.
Apple bottom,
like let it go, my boy.
Like
they still make those though. They still make Rockaware. They still make Rockaware. He just sold it.
So they still wear Fat Farm too. They still make Fat Farm too.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is that influence isn't always bad. Like there are some things from the neighborhood that I was influenced. Yeah. And it kind of whether it was a bad behavior, it made a better man. You know what I'm saying? It influenced me to be like I used to sell weed back in high school. I used to boost and steal clothes. You know what I'm saying? But it also those were the influences that were around that I fell victim to. Yeah. But I also was able to go through those things, and now I can tell other people like, yeah, you probably don't go down that road, buddy.
Yeah, you were the person that we would buy from.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to steal nothing. I wasn't going.
And you the reason I made a lot of money.
I
had 2 lockers in school.
I wasn't going in the store and pulling it. But if you had it in your trunk.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, but but I also realized
I'm benefiting.
I also realized selling drugs wasn't my niche. Like I sold weed. I wasn't no crack. And I don't mind sharing these stories because they are.
That's a truth.
No, I'm just saying
drugs.
though. Oh, okay. I'm just talking about the level of drugs. There are levels. I can say that and nigga be like,
I never sold drugs.
There ain't no.
I got this Ayo for you, my boy. Like,
that's an herb.
Nah,
it's an herb.
Yeah, it is. But it taught me.
I don't care how you
it taught me I
wasn't.
You can't. I wasn't good at it. I wasn't okay
Or you
with
shouldn't to give it to a
the
kid.
risk and the reward factor.
You should not to give it to a kid whatsoever.
Like that's a fact. Like I wasn't okay with bagging up weed, going to school to sell it, and may make some money. Going on a block and may get caught. Like it was like I'd rather go to work, nigga. This is too much pressure.
Yeah, the
And then
risk factor.
I gotta make you 150, and then I keep 60. Oh no, nigga, this is
Yeah.
no.
Being the
I'm
middleman.
straight, fam.
I
So those
the drug
influences made
thing.
me.
I always had a heart. I feel like you got to be heartless to sell hard drugs to people.
Most of them do though, but then
That's
some
what I'm saying,
people
like,
also.
Most,
But then
no,
some. No, he
most of
said
them are
hard
good
drugs.
niggas though, bro.
He
Like
said
H
hard
and like
drugs.
hard drugs, like to say
I've
like
seen some
crack,
good cats, bro, that sell dope. That's like that just.
man. Cause I'm looking,
I've
Well,
I
a
seen some
said,
part of
good
this is
niggas
you,
though, bro.
somebody's
but no,
auntie, this
yeah,
is
I was about to
somebody's
say
mama,
a part of you,
this is somebody's niece,
a
this
part
is
of you
somebody's
is
uncle.
just like this is what they want, so I'm gonna give it to them
I can't.
regardless.
I'm like,
Some
man, you don't
people,
need this,
some
man.
people
Go
like
talk
don't
to the
have
Lord, man.
that heart to where it's like, man, I'm not selling this to you. Like if I don't know
So all
you,
right,
I will.
so
But if I
I
know
got a
you,
question for y'all then.
Okay.
So the person, the reception, and I may be reaching, but I just want to. So the receptionist at the abortion clinic is a bad person then. The person that's giving the abortions is a bad person then.
I would. How would my phone is on?
They have to be. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know how that just happened.
Hey, I feel like pastor right now.
No, I
Sister,
It is.
put
That's
your
why I just
phone
said
over.
my phone is for sure on
No,
silent. Why is my phone
this is
ringing?
I didn't
it's
hear it,
okay.
but
We
maybe
are
I couldn't hear
authentic
nothing
show.
last
It's
week
all
either.
good.
So
But you get what I'm
I
saying
think
though,
that's probably me.
and
No, I
and
get what you're saying.
I might be reaching,
Well,
but
so
I
I
don't
get
no,
I
what you're
don't think
saying,
that
but
makes you a
it's
bad person though.
right. I'm not saying that makes you a bad person
said
or
you
good.
could be
I just
heart-
say it's you just gotta.
some heartless people aren't bad.
Yeah,
They just
you
don't
just.
care.
Hey, I don't care.
That don't mean you're a bad
That is
That don't
person
mean
impossible.
because
I
you
don't
yeah.
get
don't
that.
care about
How you
something.
heartless and a good person? I don't get that.
The same way you could be a liar and a good person. Like everything else about you is
Well,
a
that make a
good
lot of
person,
sense.
but
Yeah.
Good
you're
point.
an habitual liar.
Oh, since you put it that way, since you want to get personal and stuff,
I was
you
about
know,
to say she got real personal.
she got
She
real
got real
personal.
It
personal.
wasn't same
Same way you could
you
cheat on
per
your
se.
fiance and be a good
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
person.
Let's
mean,
say you love
Well,
her.
since,
Like, whoa,
since you
Shay.
put it that
Okay.
way,
I'm
Don't
just
put my business
saying.
out there like that.
I'm just saying,
since you wanna,
But
you
no,
right,
but
sis. Moving on. Next segment.
next for sure.
Yeah. No, I get
No,
that.
but
I get that. I get that.
so I think there's some things that's going on in the world as well now, where you have to filter through the influence to where it's
We
like
have great chemistry, FYI.
well,
Just
thank you. I
Agreed.
go
appreciate
ahead,
it.
carry on.
There's a lot of things that's going on in the world now where you have to filter through the influence to where it's like, hey, you have a whole world of people saying that, hey, this one thing is okay, and this one thing is cool, and it's like you have to filter through it or have your own. You have to stand on your ground as well to say, well, no, I don't feel that way. I can respect I can respect you, and also disagree with what you got going on. Go check out Prideful
So-
Knowledge to get
So
an
before I
in-depth
ask you
conversation
to,
with that. Go ahead.
before I ask you what some examples of that,
Okay.
I will say this. I personally think this is my personal opinion.
Mhm.
I think, and I'm a victim of this, so this is a transparent statement.
Okay.
I think that being influenced by someone or letting something influence you is a weak mindset because it's basically saying I'm trusting the outcome of whatever you're doing, if you've done and became who you are and what you're representing. I'm trusting that to be my formula for my life. So you flashing money, you talking about this, you doing this, and I allow that to influence me, and I want to jump on board. That's a weak mindset. It's not until I get to grow and I get to sit back and be like, yeah, I sucked as a drug dealer, so that selling drugs might not be the most dopest thing to do. To
I
even
wouldn't-
some stuff like, go ahead, sir.
No, go finish your thought.
Like to some small as even wearing shoes. I used to wear Air Force Ones a lot, but I got fat feet, and after two wears, they'd be wasted $80. But everybody was wearing them, so it influenced me to do that. So whereas I'm really low key like in Vans, I allowed the influence what everybody else was doing to dictate what I wore. And it was like it wasn't until I just put the Vans on and it was like, hey, them fire. I became bold enough to do it. So I think when you allow people to influence you, it's a weaker mindset.
So
I wouldn't say that. I think like we said, filtering the influence of it is what, like, if you're just solely, if you're not using your own mind when you're seeing what is being, put before you, then maybe yes, I could see that. But if it's a positive influence or, something that is influential, you take your own from it. I don't think that's a weak mind.
yeah.
But
Because
even
it's, I
with
mean,
positivity, I don't know if it's gonna work for me. I said
but you,
weaker mind. I
well, I'm
don't know
just
if it's gonna
saying,
work for me.
but that's called trial and error.
Right.
You didn't know, you bought a car and you didn't know how long that car was really going to last, right? But
Mm,
you put your hope and faith that I'm buying this car, it's going to do what I need it to do for, as long as I need it. So it's the
right.
same with influence. It's like, yeah, they brought this before me, or I've watched this, I've seen this, I've seen how they did it. I can try it that way. If it doesn't, let me put my own twist to it.
If that
And
don't work.
and
Okay.
if that doesn't work, then maybe I can just cancel that. That's just not for me. Like you said, you figured out selling drugs wasn't for you.
Yeah.
So you went a
Wasn't.
different avenue, but you would have never known it wasn't for you had you not tried it.
So my
But now
two
that I'm
questions
grown,
is
if life gets super hard, I'm going to get a sack. I promise you.
the
Stop teasing, bro.
the
I'm
profit
serious.
margin on that is so low.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm sorry, I'm just talking numbers.
if you
But my two questions
you ain't,
is
I agree.
one is did you like Air Force Ones for yourself, or were you just
I
wearing it? Because I can see something and say, oh, okay, I like those, and then you
But
know what I mean. I
it
see
ain't.
somebody wear it right. I'm like, oh, okay, I like how they wear it. I'll wear it a different way or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
put mine with this and whatever, and I make it work. But like how you were dressing it up to where it's like I didn't even like it and I was just wearing them anyways because everybody was wearing it.
Yeah, that to
and
me
that's
would
what
be
I'm
a
saying.
weaker.
And
Okay,
that's and that and I'm playing both sides of the field.
so
Because
okay, so to
I've
that,
grown through some things, so I'm speaking on that person that maybe just wearing Air Force Ones because they homeboy wearing them and he get three more females than he get.
yeah.
Well, maybe I got the wrong shoes on. Then it's like, nah, fam, you got weak game. That's what that's about, brother.
So to that, you said once you start wearing Vans, you were still
I found my own
influenced.
niche. Yeah,
You
I
were
found
still
my own
influenced.
niche though.
You were still influenced because what you said was once you started wearing Vans, people was like, "Oh man, those fresh," which influenced you or um, encouraged you to kind of more so, okay, well, I can wear these and feel okay in a sense to where it's like
You were more
either way,
comfortable.
you were still influenced.
But see, that's the filtering part. There's a big line or a thin line between influence, um, motivation, and confidence. That's a thin line. So I wasn't influenced to keep wearing the Vans. I was motivated, like, okay, I found something. I don't gotta wear Air Force Ones to get the company y'all get. And people think these are fire. So I'm motivated to now branch off into the stuff that I really like. I started wearing ones because keep it real, my big bro was wearing them. B was wearing them. B was wearing Air Force Ones. And I'm like, the boys are fire. I don't know how they look on me, but you get a
Mm-hmm.
lot of compliments. So let me try it. But
Yeah,
then I
but
realized after two wear,
I think you also said the confidence part.
Yeah.
So the confidence part is I'm wearing this regardless if
Of
anybody
what?
likes it or not. I
Mm-hmm.
like it, so that's why I wear it.
That's
So
yeah.
that's one thing that I
that
that's what I
that's
teach
where
my
Vans
kids.
came in at. Yeah. Not
Right.
with ones.
So
The ones was I'm influenced by I'm thinking I'm gonna get the same confidence you got by doing what you do. Yeah, it don't work like
yeah, and so that's one thing that I teach my kids to where it's like, or especially my oldest son, because he's starting to get
Come into his
into
own.
yeah what he got on and making sure what he has on he likes, and I'm like, make sure whatever you're wearing is what you want to
You
wear,
want to wear.
and
that.
regardless
Yeah.
of what anybody say, if you think it's dope, why else do you need
Listen,
somebody
I'm
else's
very big
opinion?
on that. I don't dress in season.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
I'm really big
I'm gonna wear bright colors in the winter.
Yeah.
Or summer, spring, fall.
I have a saying where
boots or
I don't let the weather dictate a good outfit.
Yeah.
If it's a good outfit,
I'm wearing it.
I got AC in
That's
my car.
called
I got AC
that's
in my
called
house.
fashion, though.
And
That I think that's where the world messed up.
I'm
but
making
I'm
sure
saying,
wherever I'm
fashion.
gonna have AC.
But a lot of people, because they have that influence because of high end, they always say, "Oh, that's not in season. This isn't in season," because people they label certain items that, oh, you only wear those in the wintertime. You don't wear those in the rain. You don't wear those in the snow. And it's like, if I pay my money,
I'm gonna wear them when I want to wear
I'm
them.
gonna wear them whenever I want to put them on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it's like just like, I'm sorry, this is a little off, but it's just like people that buy furniture and you can't sit on it. Why? If you if you want a display case, then leave it
Get to a china cabinet.
Now, see, China is a little different because I'm not right. It's like, but when you get couches, chairs, like you can't. No one can sit. No, what was the point?
I grew up in that era.
$1,300. You're like, oh no, I spent $1,300. You can't sit on this.
You just look at it.
Okay.
No,
my dad
had
had a
no
leather
dog
couch.
In this fight because
we used to have to put do-rags on.
You have a couch that nobody can sit on?
It now, yes, but when we first got it,
what you bought it for?
I mean, of course you want something to last, and you want,
what
but
you
it's like, you bought it to sit on it.
What you bought
it
for?
to
because I liked how it looked. I knew it looked good, and we knew it.
You like the chair that's made to be sat in, not to be sat in,
but not to be sat in.
Not everything is supposed to be used how it's supposed to be used.
Yeah, because they say you.
I don't think furniture.
I'm trying to make right. I'm trying to make right on my wrong.
I ain't gonna go there. I was gonna say so, but I ain't gonna go there.
Like, and I get it. I get the whole, but I don't get it. Because if you
I get it. No, I get it. I get that you don't get it.
I'm gonna get the furniture.
Because I didn't get
it. He's trying to defend himself.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
He's trying to make it make sense.
That's exactly
at the time we didn't know that it was supposed to sit on it. We thought it was a refrigerator.
But see that
when we found out it was a chair. No, nigga.
No, that's true though.
It don't make sense.
So B, what is your influence? What is your influence?
Like the influence that I'm leaving on, like
what do you feel like your influence on people, whether it be your kids or people you come in contact with or whatever the case may be? What do you feel like your influence is?
Do you want to know my real answer? I thought about this answer, bro.
I would like to know your real answer. Yes.
Since are we switching segments to basically talk about like what's your influence like? What are you? Okay. My real answer to that question, I think my influence is, no matter how serious life is, be comical. I am a very, very, very charismatic, charming, funny, upbeat kind of guy, and I don't take nothing serious. So the influence I have on people is laugh. Like I'm very, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm very vocal about my emotions and feelings. And every time I express how I feel, if I'm down, I always get people regurgitating back to me, "Hey B, we relying on you to smile. We relying on you to laugh, and we need you up so we can be up." So I think my influence on life and people is just be comical, bro. Don't take nothing serious, but they take everything serious. If that makes sense.
What about you, Shay?
I think my influence would be trying to word it like, because most people they depend on me a lot. They call on me a lot.
Okay.
And I'm always there.
That's good.
It's a heavy burden, man.
And sometimes it is, because it's like you got to learn how to say no, but it's like it's hard. Especially when the questions or it comes from certain people, but I've always been genuine in anything I do. So my influence is just to be always wholehearted. Whatever you do, put your whole heart into it. Like, be intentional behind it. So I think that's what people see the intention behind things that I do, and they're influenced by it because it makes them like, I like the way you, so you can,
Yeah, that's what's up.
How about you?
I have a thing where I say, well, I stole it from Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Well, if you look good, you'll play good. So that's more so what I kind of tell my sons as well. If you get up in the morning and you know what I mean, you brush your hair. My son is going through this wave phase. He got his waves going. He got his waves going. So he's feeling really good about himself. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, if you go out in the world, if you start before you leave the house and you're leaving the house and you feel good about yourself,
Mm-hmm. You're gonna go out in the world and do
you're gonna
whatever.
go out and go out in the world and do whatever. And not only that, but you'll also make other people feel good. It's always something where you see somebody, how you're saying, like your laugh is, you know what I mean? It's infectious to where it's like you run into those people to where it's like, I was having a bad day until I ran into this lady. You know what I mean? This old lady was so sweet and she was so nice. And I just feel better now to where it's like, it's people in the world that have that effect and they have that power and they have that influence to where they can literally change your
they
day.
just make the day so much better.
So you know what I mean? If you get up in the morning, hey, if you look good, you'll feel good. And then once you feel good, you'll go out and then that will, you know what I mean, that will be contagious to other people. So
Can I chime in right there, D?
Go do your thing.
Where we at on time? We good? Somebody let me know where we at. I always
10.
tell my boys.
We got 10 left.
Okay. I always tell my boys. I word it like this: presentation is half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
If you look the part, if you look good, sometimes man, you will get a job and you underqualified, but because you came ready, you cared about your presentation, you got just one more foot in the door.
Yeah.
And then just because what you were saying kind of just made me think about it. And then I also believe on this platform we know Jesus. Um,
Definitely.
when people encounter you, they ought to get a small taste of what Christ is like. They ought to walk away and be like, "Damn, I don't know what it is about that boy, but he wasn't just taking my order at Applebee's. He was personal. He was
Right. He was
intentional.
making sure
He was
I was good.
Yeah.
yeah. So it just when you said that, I just thought that was a good message to our listeners, man. If you know Jesus, you follow Christ, man. I never want to. That's a part of my life too, of my influence. That when you encounter B, it may be uncanny, unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? I may cuss like a sailor. I do. And it may not to you, it may not look Christ like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you Jesus some aspect though. You're gonna walk away and be like, okay, yeah.
That's funny that you said sailor. Because I got like this just little random little, did you know fact?
Uh
Okay.
oh.
Okay.
But did y'all know that Captain Morgan was actually a real person and it's not just a drink?
No, I did not know that.
Like legitimately, so he was um a Welsh privateer who actually fought along the English against the Spanish in the Caribbeans in the 1660s and the 1670s. And his name is
Oh,
actually
I didn't know that.
Henry, and he was knighted by King Charles II of England. They don't know when he was born, but they do know when he died. So his age is still like up in air. But
They
he
probably wasn't recording
died.
back then.
Yeah, but he actually died in Jamaica in 1688, and he was a very wealthy man.
Oh
And so
wow.
that's where they got that whole. So Captain
So is
Morgan,
that rum?
yes,
Oh.
So was it
So he's
Henry
a
Morgan?
his
colonizer.
name.
Where the Morgan?
Just
I'm
went dark.
assuming
The
that was his
colonizer.
last name,
Morgan.
Morgan.
Okay.
So, and he was like a real, actual real person. I said, oh, okay.
No,
Because,
That's dope.
I did not know
names
that.
just, I didn't either, and I drink it.
I was about to say I drink that, so I drink to that.
But that's why I was like, oh, okay. It was good to know.
Wow.
He really existed.
Well, you
um.
did you know?
Did you know?
So before we give roses, just to kind of piggyback on that, what's your influence like? Um, what's your desire to be left behind for your legacy? And like so, when not even legacy, when a person gets up at your funeral and they speak on you and your name, what do you want them to say?
I
I know
want
that's a
my
weird
kids.
question.
I want my kids to love and respect me.
Okay.
I always say that. That's what I always. That's what I want when they get up at my funeral. That's what their sentiment is. That they loved
Okay.
me and they respected me.
Yeah. What
I
about you,
think
Shay?
if they were to just leave one word behind or describe, I would genuine.
That's dope.
Genuine.
What about
Um,
you, B?
two things. I want my kids to say, no matter what, I know, man, what you said about my daddy is that man loved us.
That's
And
dope.
then secondly, I want at least 3 or 4 people in a row to say, always tell a joke or a comical moment that I had in their life. I just want to be remembered for the. It's so easy to get up there and say bad stuff about people.
Mm.
I just want to be remembered for that one moment where I just made you laugh and made you feel like nothing mattered. You know what I mean? Kind of like when
Mm-hmm.
your son almost died to giving birth when she was giving birth to you, we just went left with a joke,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
We
like
went totally
you
left.
don't you don't even remember the severity of what was happening because the joke was so
And
it
lessen the
was so
blow a
warming
little
and
bit.
so healing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want my legacy to be. That
No,
nigga
that's
was
dope.
just funny, bro.
No, that's dope. That's what's up.
Uh, which
Um,
leads us to go ahead, D.
this week, I'm bringing it back. We took a little break
Uh,
from it, but Pushing P, we're back.
okay.
Um, Pushing P is this week. The sponsor is I Believe. I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone that believes in something greater than themselves. Head over to the website, ibelieve.lifestyle.com. That's ibelieve.lifestyle.com. That's LYFE.com. And the Pushing P for this week, the P that I'm pushing is positioning.
Mm.
And this is what I have for this. Someone who truly values you would never put themselves in a position to lose you. So let's keep that in mind.
Wow,
For the positioning,
I agree.
someone who values you would never put themselves in position to lose you. Um,
that's good.
so yeah, and I know that's something really close to my heart. B, I have 2 questions for you. Are you ready?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's see. Um, what can you hold without touching?
What can you hold without touching?
Yes.
Your weight.
Hmm?
You can hold your weight without touching it. You can hold your own weight without touching it.
Okay.
I don't know.
A conversation.
There we go. Shay got it.
Damn.
Conversation. A conversation.
When I'm supposed to think, I don't think. And when I'm not
Listen.
supposed to
I
think, I
knew he
think.
was. I knew it. I seen it. I'm just like he thinking real hard.
So my next question
What's the second?
is it more important to love or be loved?
For me,
Um,
I think. To me, I think it's more important to love because if you can love on somebody else and that be contagious and they love on somebody else, nobody will ever go without being loved on.
That was deep. I like that.
I was going to say, I actually like that. I was going to say mine is a little, I don't want to get too deep. And I'm not throwing a shot when I say this. The cliche answer for me would be because I know Jesus, it's better to love.
Jesus is love.
That's that's the cliche answer. But I really feel like it's to be loved because essentially I'm being loved because I give love. If that I don't want to. That's how I feel.
So you saying
I
that it's more important to
direct.
love or to be loved?
It's more important to be loved because being loved is a representation of the love you've already given. That's my take on that. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. What
That's
about
cool.
you, D?
Um
He said, I'm doing the question and
no,
answer.
no, no. I think I'll I think it's more important to love someone.
Okay.
Shay kind of stole my answer in a sense, but
Ooh.
no, no, it's true though. I believe if you show love, it only comes back to you.
Mhm.
And this is no shot to you, B, but it to be loved is like, um, if I'm not showing love back to you, I'm just receiving.
Mm.
I'm just being loved. I don't think it. Somebody can be loved and not show love.
And you can be
Yeah, I
loved,
believe that
but
too.
not in a way that you want to be loved. But you can always love in a way that you want to be loving.
So I wrote this. I wrote this
gems
before.
today.
I'm writing a book, right?
Can we do the
And I wrote this in
snaps?
my book. I wrote this in my books that loving someone, undenied love can be identified as love. I don't deny you the ability to love me. You can love me all you want to. Don't mean I gotta love you. But then the person that's giving the love identifies that as love. Oh, D must love me because he don't stop me from loving him. And that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous.
Wait, say that again.
With so undenied love can be identified as love. So if I'm loving on a girl and I'm buying her things and I'm showering her with stuff and I love her and I'm helping her when she needs stuff and praying over her, and she's allowing me to do that, I can think that she loves me too. But she's just sucking in with the love that I'm giving her, which is why I said it's more important to be loved. I need to know that you love me. I need to receive the love because I'm gonna automatically give you the love. But that might be a little too deep for people. But I think that undenied love sometimes is identified as love.
I think either way you put it is going to come back to basically like what came first, the chicken or the egg.
You gotta love first to get love. I respect that too.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
that's
disagree
kind of
with
more
that.
so. I think it's kind of like there's no wrong and you know what I mean. Either way you go
Right.
about
Yeah,
it, if I'm giving love, then you will hope that you're being loved, and if I'm
yeah,
being
yeah,
loved, I hope you know what I mean. You will
I'm
hope
gonna be
that you're
giving
giving
it.
love.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
yeah.
more so what the question sets up. But I don't think it's no necessarily wrong answer though.
No, I think that was
Except
good as always.
me and Shay was right though. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry about that.
Hey man, before we go, are we giving roses this week? I got roses this week or not?
I do. I actually have roses. Today is my brother's wedding day.
Sweet.
Yeah, authentic hand clap,
Unfortunately,
authentic hand clap.
Right.
unfortunately, I'll have to watch it virtually. That's why my phone keep going on. It doesn't start till 2, but
Oh,
they
okay.
just trying to make sure everybody has their connections. But yes, so I give my roses to my big brother Dre and his the dark
I
child.
have a dark joke.
And his wife to be Sam on your new journey as one. So
Congratulations.
congratulations.
So
The Bible say stroke your wife.
when somebody object, do you like type it in and say I object, and they gotta wait to the comments?
Right.
Hold on, wait. Somebody object.
They were
Tell me
like,
what you say. And everybody,
take me off mute. Take me off
everybody
mute.
waiting for you to text. The whole church is waiting on you to text why you object. Hold on.
We got a viewer. We got a viewer over here.
They typing. Hold on. Wait. Okay. All right. False alarm. Go ahead.
You are horrible, bro. You are horrible.
That's funny though, right?
You are horrible,
I guess if you
man.
planned on objecting, you want to be there in
Yeah,
person.
he played it real good. Can't nobody object that. Delete that
No,
comment.
it's
You got
just because
roses?
of COVID and the border.
No. I get it.
You know, but
That's good.
yes. Nobody else? Anybody else with roses?
Yes,
You got
I
roses?
do. Yes, I do. I want to give my roses to one of my sisters in Christ. I call her my big sister. She is really dope. She's an author. She has like maybe 4 or 5 children books that she's written,
Okay.
published. She's dropping one. Today's the 9th.
Yes.
She got a book signing today.
Okay.
Hey, big
Come on,
deal.
shout out to her.
Authentic,
Yeah,
authentic
for
hand
sure.
clap.
For sure. She's a playwriter, also actor as well.
Just an all-American.
Yeah, she like super dope. She used to travel to act and be on Broadway and stuff like that and do plays. She started writing her own plays. I've been to maybe like 2 or 3 of her plays. This was
Okay.
before COVID. Really dope plays. And now she has her own talk show podcast type of thing on YouTube. It's called Queen to Queen.
Queen to queen.
Really uplifting to Black women, plus size women. She's super funny, super dope, super supportive. So shout out to Dr. Clayleen Woods.
All right, doctor.
Hey,
So
yeah,
that's my
yeah.
flowers.
Authentic hand clap for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I do have roses. I don't want to make this weird. Hey, can P hear me? Can she hear me?
Yeah, she said yeah.
Yes.
Tell her to put her Instagram at the bottom. So my roses goes out to her and her husband. I,
Uh-huh.
for giving platform for people like us to
Yeah.
do what we love. I don't
Agreed.
take that for granted. So just tell her to put her Instagram at the bottom, man. If you guys got a podcast, you want to do something, you want to talk, you want to get some frustration off your heart, and whatever it is, hit her up. It's
Yeah.
a dope location.
Definitely.
I'm gonna put the what you
And
call it in the description as well.
okay, yeah. I don't take that for granted. My roses go to her and her husband, man, for just setting the standard for people and
For sure.
giving us and giving them a platform to do what they love and be
Yeah,
creative.
shout out to
So
y'all.
thank y'all, thank
Shout
y'all.
out
I thought
to
authentic hand clap
to
for that.
Nice Media. Nice
Nice,
Media.
right? Nice
Yeah.
Yeah,
media.
yeah, yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Nice
Just
Media
make
for
sure she
sure.
put that. Yeah. Um, I enjoyed y'all, man. I had fun with y'all this week as always, man.
Definitely.
Always.
Definitely for sure.
Sidebar, I see y'all. I can be able to touch y'all next week, man. So I'll see y'all
Just
next
make
week.
sure it's appropriately. No,
Yeah,
just
I'm about to say,
I
we're not in June, so I guess touch on, brother. We
no,
out of that,
I'll
so
see
we
y'all, man.
good.
Hey,
Touch
to
away.
our listeners, be intentional. Watch who and what influencing you, and watch how you're influencing people. I am voice one.
I'm voice 2.
and I'm voice 3.
And we out of here.
Yeah.
We out.
Let's go. I ain't got to pee this week, so we
Oh,
good.
not this week.
I
Oh,
was
okay.
gonna ask you that, bro.
I ain't
Like
gotta
you
pee this
good?
week.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he
good.
said he had no
I'm good.
liquids. You might be dehydrated.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. The
You might
crazy
want
thing
to.
is,
You might
I
want to
have to
go
pee.
get some liquids.
Yeah.
Oh, now you right.
Y'all silly, man.
Okay.
A mess.
I'm finna